As animators, how do we make something look like it's moving really fast? The answer? Contrast. In all forms of art, contrast communicates. Just as value contrast reveals the 3D world we live in, contrast in speed communicates how fast an object is moving to your audience. Hey guys, it's Sebastian here from the Noble Frugal Studio. Let's apply our knowledge of animation mechanics to conveying the illusion of speed. Be sure to leave me a like, and let's get started. Door box test, put me on your desk. I'm ready for the task. I don't hold back, I go so fast. I leave you in the past. I'm portable in fact, my memory's intact for every single app. So QWERTY, where you at? We working where I'm at. I'm perfect for your bag. I'm oh so glad. My code is anti-scratch, my code is anti-lag. I bet you weren't ready for the tour box rap. Shortcut maps, macro pad, feedback haptic, quick reaction. I don't look bad, see through math, I'm all about that. So QWERTY, where you at? Hey numpad, where you at? It's breezy where I'm at, elite is where I'm at. The light is for the novice, the neo for the progress. For me, I'm looking rad. Bluetooth king, wireless thing. I don't need no strings, I still make dreams. Illustrated scenes, animate with ease. Look so clean, go unique. What you wanna be? Quick note about animating cars. So most cars have a suspension system to keep them from bouncing on bumps and other obstacles on the road. This causes the main parts of the body, or the chain links, as we learned in our follow-through video, to follow through at different times. So here's a standard model for car movement. While the car is driving, the wheels are going to be the leader. This is going to be our first chain link, meaning they're going to initiate the motion. They're also going to reach the destination first, as you can see here. They reach the destination first, and of course the frame reaches the destination second. So we can say that that frame of the car, that's our second chain link. As you can see, when the car pulls off, the frame is lagging behind a bit. It's not separated from the wheels. It's still remaining one body, but it's lagging behind. And then when the wheels stop moving, you notice the frame is still moving. It gets to the destination second. Okay, and if you wanted to add a third chain link for some more interest, you could add a person in the car. So that this would be our third chain link. After the frame of the car stops moving, then the person in the car would keep going because they are the last chain link. And maybe forward again. Okay? Does that make sense? So number one is the wheels, they lead. Number two is the frame of the car. Number three is the person inside of the car. Those are our three chain links for a standard car movement. What you also want to take note of is, this is an extreme you're going to see very often. When the car pulls off, because the wheels are going to get to the destination first, the ladder chains are going to lag behind. So as you can see in this example, the wheels are in their breakdown position, they're right in the middle, and the frame of the car is lagging behind. And you notice it causes this tilt. It's not disconnecting from the car, but it certainly is lagging behind those wheels. So this tilt and the angle that it creates, we call this, that's called the squat. So when the car accelerates, it's going to do a squatting motion if it has a loosely sprung suspension system. Now on the other side, when the wheels stop moving, then we get the opposite. This angle right here, that results when the wheels have stopped moving, but the frame, being that second chain link, is still moving. This is called the dive of the car. So when it's braking, the car is going to dive. When it's accelerating, the car is going to squat. This is sort of a standard model for a car with a loosely sprung suspension. Obviously, if the suspension is tighter, the car is made for smoother, flat, long stretches of road, you're not really going to notice any dive and squat. I'm showing you this so you can know it and you can exaggerate it, therefore communicate it to your audience. So now that we have our standard model of car movement, let's get animating. Let's animate some fast-moving cars using contrast in speed. The rule is this: the higher the contrast, the higher the perceived speed. So first we're going to start with the contrast between a still background and a fast-moving car. So the audience is going to make a comparison between the stillness of the background and the speed of the car, and then conclude the car must be moving very fast. Let's animate. So I just started with a model of what I want the car to look like under normal conditions, just to, convey the story. And I left the wheels blank. That'll help us to add the spinning effect later on. So I'm just gonna have this car on screen for 3 frames. So to reference, put the onion skin on. First frame will be back here. So this is how we can work up a basic sense of speed. This is on 4s right here, but we're still getting a pretty decent sense of speed with just 3 drawings. Usually 4s look very slow and choppy, but compared to that completely still background, animating on 4s looks much faster. Now if you wanted to improve the sense of speed in this animation, we could obviously make it go a little faster, so let's put it on 2s. So that was 3s, not 4s. So we can put it on 2s instead of 3s, and then we've now dramatically increased the speed. Well, what about if we put it on 1s, since we only have 3 drawings? We'll increase the speed even more. Now that looks a little bit strange. Now if we really wanted to, I'm going to make another animation layer. Right here, make another. If we really wanted to animate it on 1s, that is moving by so fast that it's unrealistic that we would get such a perfect rendering of that car. Usually what's going to happen is that some motion blur is going to be introduced, and it's really, really easy to draw, don't worry. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this center frame, we're going to draw this first, lower the opacity of our other animation layer, and we're just going to draw over our car, but instead of drawing with normal curves, we're just going to draw everything with horizontal lines like this. Make sure the lines are horizontal and not curved in any way to sell this effect really well. Hide the layer underneath, and wow, that looks really, really cool. Let's put the wheels on. Where it touches the ground, we can leave a long trail. And I'm adding subtle variations as I go through. I'm not trying to make all the speed lines the same. You see I'm bunching it up in some areas, and some areas I'm making it a little looser. So just to add interest, that's really all. Hide that underneath layer, and wow, does that not look like a car going at 75 miles per hour? So we can make our other frames. I really don't think I really need to do much for these. I'll just turn on that underneath layer just for reference. Try not to get too many round lines. I got a couple there. They're really not going to help you here. Make sure that these are all completely horizontal. As you see, when I make a curve, I'm just making horizontal lines going up like this and then down. That's how I'm addressing the curves. And anything that's a straight, I'm darkening it. I'm making the trail a little bit longer. For that last frame, bottom of the car, that's basically a straight line. We can make that trail really a long trail. Same thing with the top of this car. Anything that's not a straight line, that was a curve, we can make a shorter trail. Just translating the drawing into a faster version of it. And make sure I leave that trail for the wheels. There we go. Now let's see how our illusion of speed is doing. Another frame where the car's gone. Let's see. Wow, now that looks really fast. Hopefully no one's driving that fast. Even if in the story the character is only going 75 miles per hour, when we're animating, we can make it feel even faster than that. We can make it feel as fast as we want. So I'll quickly finish this up with some colors, a little bit of lighting and shading. And so here we have a finished example of a car moving fast and a car moving faster. It's the contrast in speed that conveys to your audience how fast an object is moving. Now we can do the opposite of this and still convey speed. So let's take a relatively still car and then add a fast moving background behind it. Suddenly it looks like the camera or the viewer is moving at the same speed of the car. Well, how did we get that? Well, notice if I remove the wheels of the car, which are moving fast, the frame of the car still appears to be moving very fast. It's only when I remove the background, now the illusion disappears. This car could be propped up at a mechanic shop and just being moved around. It doesn't appear to be moving very fast. Even if I add the wheels, the car is still remaining in one position. Again, it could just be having its wheels spun on some sort of mechanical device. It could be moving fast, but once we add that background behind it, do we communicate that this car is moving very fast? Another tip when you're animating fast-moving objects is not to forget the parallax effect. So objects closer to the camera, closer to your viewer, are going to move by faster. They're going to look much blurrier, motion blur wise. And then objects farther away will move by slower. They're going to be less blurry. So say I had some mountains in the background of this picture, they would be moving slower because they're far away. But if I had some trees in the foreground that are passing us quickly, they'd be moving much faster. Don't forget the parallax effect, as it can dramatically increase the sense of speed in your scene. Thank you all so much for watching this video today. These videos take a lot of work to make, so I really appreciate your time. Special thanks to Torbox Tech for sponsoring this video. You can check the link in the description to check out the Torbox Elite Controller for digital artists. Special thanks to my patrons and drawing students. If you're an animator and you want to learn to draw better, click the join button on this channel to become a Noble Frugal Studio drawing student. Look forward to drawing lessons specifically designed with the animator in mind. Thanks for watching again, guys. Peace.